Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What happened to the Wagnerites, the mercenary private company, the military private company? You remember Yevgeny Prigozhin is gone. We don't know exactly where he is. Some people say he's 6 feet under. Some others say not so fast. What happened to his company? Well, his company is still there. According to Putin, there's no such thing as Wagner, private military company. He said that. And, after the, how should I put it, that rebellion, that stupid act, or maybe not that stupid, conducted by Yevgeny Prigozhin's guys, I think it was on the 23rd, 24th of June 2023, Putin spoke with Yevgeny Prigozhin and with his commanders in the Kremlin after 6 days after all that thing occurred, and said, you got three options. One, you continue to be in Wagner, but you get out of Russia. Second, you sign contracts with the Russian military. And the third one, you just go home. Some went to Belarus. Some remained with their families, so they stopped fighting, and the third ones signed contracts with the Russian military. So that's been June, July, August, September, 3 months. And so what happened to them? There were about 9,000 Wagnerites at one point in Belarus when they built those camps over there, or that camp particularly, and then they were deployed at the Belarusian border, western border with Poland, just to train and help the Belarusian army get trained. The Poles with the Poles got a little bit stressed out by that, and they deployed their troops at the border, thinking that those Wagnerites will do something. So now we have an article from Ukrainska Pravda telling us that some left Belarus, and now they are going to fight again against whomever in Eastern Ukraine front. So let me show you this little article and a map. Start with the article, Ukrainska Pravda, today, Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. Wagner Group contract soldiers came back to Ukraine's east. Former mercenaries of the Wagner Group, who were in Belarus, signed a contract with the Russian Ministry of Defense and moved to the Eastern Front in Ukraine. Some of them went to Africa. So the company is still there, or they went to Africa as Russian military. Let's see. The source is Ilya Yevlash, spokesperson for the Eastern Grouping of Forces, in a comment to Ukrainska Pravda. CNN Andriy Demchenko, spokesperson for the State Border Guard Service, in a comment to Ukrainska Pravda. Now, quote, former members of the Wagner private military company are now actually present on the territory of the Eastern Grouping of Forces. They are taking part in the fighting. In particular, they are coming from the territory of Belarus, where they had their camps, plural. They are now being disbanded. These servicemen are sent to different units. Some of them are sent to Africa, some re-sign contracts with the Russian Defense Ministry and participate in the war in various positions, including instructors. Some go to regular combat units. They do not pose a threat, as they did, for example, a year ago, due to the loss of their main leader, Yevgeny Prigozhin. End quote. Wait a second. They don't pose a threat because of Prigozhin. So what was Prigozhin doing? Commanding them? Why are they not a threat? Because they had a homogeneous group. Yeah, okay, let's say they had that. But now we find out that actually Yevgeny Prigozhin did something good for the company. You know, these guys portray their enemies almost always as evil and stupid, or something, a combination of the two, mainly. Yevgeny, a failure, a ex-convict, a drunk, a this, a that. Now we find out that they do not pose such a threat as they did, for example, a year ago, due to the loss of their main leader. What was he doing? Personally, giving them money, that's all. And the rest was the commanders. I don't think Yevgeny Prigozhin gave them any military tactics, advice. Anyway, the Ukrainian Border Guard Service clarified that there were more than 6,000 Wagnerites in Belarus. I think there were 9,000 at one point. Currently, as Demchenko said, about 500 of them remain in Belarus. Earlier, an aerial reconnaissance operator of the Code 9.2 unit of the 92nd Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine told CNN that Wagnerites had returned to the Bakhmut front. I'm going to show you where Bakhmut is. The soldier, singular, said that the mercenaries quickly changed commanders and returned to Bakhmut. So who said that? An operator. Okay, so let's look at the map. We have here the Ukraine map where these guys are fighting. So Bakhmut is right here, called Artemovsk. Let me show you in a different angle. Right here. So on this front, they returned. The Ukrainians claim that they advanced south of Bakhmut so far, or lately. So this is where the Wagnerites, actually Artemovsk, which is the way the Russians call Bakhmut, was actually the Wagnerites' baby. They helped take Bakhmut and go around it. Wait a second, was that Bakhmut like not in Russian hand, or Artemovsk? No, it is still. So they didn't show it as being the Ukrainian hands. So they are back in business. Some of them, what can they do? Maybe they make more money like this than going and working somewhere else in the Russian economy. The fact is, 500 are back in business. Some of them are deployed in Africa. I would like to know who is in charge of Wagner Group now. Is the gray hair, which that's the guy I thought will be, because Putin promoted that guy in the meeting at the Kremlin. Remember the 6 days or 5 days after the mutiny, when he had Prigozhin and about 35, 36 commanders. Putin asked them, okay guys, what do you want to do? You want to go under the command of gray hair, or what are you going to do? And some of them said yes, some of them said nothing, and then Prigozhin supposedly, allegedly, reportedly intervened and said, no, they stay with me. So that means he's still in charge. Now Prigozhin is no more, so I don't know if this gray hair or someone else is in charge. I don't see any future for now for Wagner. Probably they will morph in something else. We'll find out what that something else will be. Russian military. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.